Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus and I'm back. And I was asked this question about my 808s and how I get them to slide and glide and to sound the way they sound. Okay, that's a great question because I make drill or vibe drill, which is a subgenre that I make where my 808s is very distinctive. So I'm gonna break it down. Not gonna go too much into it because I don't want someone trying to emulate me, but I'm giving you the three things that I would do to somewhat get achieve that type of feel. So number one is setting up a key group. I did a video on it. I'll put it in the description and in the comment section so you can check it out. And I go in depth about how I make my 80 set up my key group to make my 808s. So I'm not gonna really cover that. I already did. Go check that video out. The second thing is my effects that I put directly on the track to process it. I put a limiter, an error limiter. This is all in dynamics. This is in the force. It's under the dynamics. I use a mother ducker. The kick is the input, the mother ducker input, and it side chains the bass as well. Because I want the kick to cut through everything, right? The punch. So I use a limiter, a mother ducker, and a low pass filter. Because when you put the limiter and the mother ducker on, it's gonna make the bass clip. And to kind of tame some of those extra harmonics that's now produced from it being compressed and getting, like crunch, it's gonna sound louder. So I have to use the low pass filter to cut off a lot of the high end so that it still is tamed and it sits in a certain spot within the mix. So that's the second thing. So the first thing is the key group, watch the video. Second thing is my processing, limiter, mother ducker, low pass filter. And the third thing is I use the bass as a melodic instrument. I don't look at it as a bass. Typically, a bass is used more as a foundational instrument to lay down a foundation for the other instruments like a piano or a guitar, etc., to be more flamboyant, more, free to do more melodic stuff where the bass is more restricted in some genres. But in drill, people know that the bass slide and glide. But what separate my bass from other people's bass is that a lot of those guys don't really know what notes they're using. And secondly, they more do it for an effect and not as a melodic instrument. So my approach is different where I will pick certain scales for my bass and I will change it up throughout the song. So I might use one scale strictly for the verse for my glide notes, and then I might use another scale for the hook just to give it some variation. Or in some songs, I done use different scales per section of my beat. So like my verse is 32 bars, so that gives me 4 different bass lines that I can create. And then my hook is 16 bars, so that's 2 eighths. So that gives me 2 different bass lines I can make for that. So, it's whatever I want to do, but with that, it's more of a modal type thing where I isolate that particular chord or that section of the song where I want to put my slides and glides, and I add a certain scale that complements the chords and the bass line that's underneath and the other sound so that it doesn't sound wonky or crazy. You understand? So that makes my bass be more melodic. You know, um, that's my three ways that I make my bass sound the way it sound and the way it works. So, you know, like I said, the technical, you know, programming wise is the video with the key group. The second part is my processing, right? And then the third part is music theory, where you gotta know a little technical stuff to kind of make it work so it doesn't sound crazy. And with that, I kind of leave that open to whoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you how to do it in the sense this is, you know, so you can follow me by the book, but you know, you can experiment and get your sound. But that's what I do. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And till next time, y'all be blessed. Mike out.